Hey guys, Al again, back at the shop. So I got another big parts haul in the mail yesterday, which I'm putting together. So this is what I got. This is all from Rock Auto. Everything that I bought here on this table, and I think there's another package that's going to be shipped as well. I can't even remember what's on it. I paid around $230 shipped for everything here, which is, in my mind, phenomenal. There's a body manual, body by Fisher, a shop manual for a Cadillac 68. These doorstop thingies, not sure exactly why I bought them, but I felt like I needed them. Some brake bleeders for the front and rear brakes. This is when I thought that I needed to rebuild everything in the brakes, but it doesn't look like I do. Door strikers. So there you go. There was a cap and a rotor, but I left it at the house because I figured, this one's got a HEI distributor. The rotor may work actually, I'm not sure, but the cap's definitely different. There's a trunk seal, and then a set of door seals. They look really nice and soft. And then I guess these seals go to the A-pillar. So this, initially I thought was the rotor, but I think I know what this is. I think this is maybe an ignition lock cylinder, and if it is, I'll be well chuffed. So let's take a look. Oh, there you go. It is an ignition lock cylinder. So I'm guessing that you put a pin through that little hole over here to pull the cylinder out, and then you just go and slide another one in. So we'll see. We'll see if this works. This is an AC Delco one, so it's got the GM logo on it, which is kind of neat. So this is basically what I got in the mail. So everything here, oil filters, so on and so forth. Cost me around $250, including another cap and rotor that's at the house, plus something else that's in the mail, and I can't even remember what I ordered, but I figured that I needed it for this car when I was going around. I'm going to start probably put another order in pretty soon. I want to get a heater valve, but the one that Rock Auto has doesn't look right. But I want to get a heater valve for this thing, and I also want to get a couple of other things. I think what I'm going to focus on once I get through some of these stuff like the rubbers and stuff like that is I'll start concentrating on the suspension as well. See if I can get this car stops pretty nicely right now. I want to see if I can get it to steer nicely and take all the looseness out of the steering. So I'll deal with that next. And then of course I want to figure out the air conditioning, but I suspect the air conditioning is going to be a little bit more complicated because it's the actual control panel in the dash. So here's a quick update. I may shoot a little bit more video later on if I start to install some of these parts, but we'll see. Alright, thanks very much. Alright guys, so starting with the trunk floor, you see that there's some rust over here which kind of needs to be repaired, and the rubber itself is in horrible shape. So this car had been painted at one time, and I guess they didn't mask the rubber off, and as a result the rubber just looks gross, so it's being painted, and you get solvent on the rubber, it's not good. But it looks like most of the damage, the rust damage, is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start scraping this stuff off, and then I'll try to figure out a way to try to fix this. I'm not sure if I can, but I'll do my best. And I may cut a little section off one of my parts cars. They're not Cadillacs. Most of my parts cars are Mercedes, but they'll if I can find just a little piece where the lip is, cut a section off, I'll try to, you know, fix this piece with it. So we'll see how it works out. But let me go ahead and start removing this stuff, and then we'll, you know, once I clean it up, I'll take some pictures as well. Alright guys, so got it all out, cleaned it up. I ended up was planning on using the drill attachment with the wire brush, but it didn't work as well as this thing, so just use this thing instead. So you can see it's pretty nasty over here. This thing's seen better days. So I've got to figure out what to do about that section on the leading edge of the truck before I install the new gasket. But what I'm probably going to do is just get some satin black Rust-Oleum and just brush into this section so I can cover up any exposed metal, and then I don't know, maybe I can find a piece that'll kind of fit over here and just weld it on. I'm kind of leery about welding so close, you know, with the gas tank in place. It's got a full tank of gas right now as well, so I'm leery about that, but it's fine. I think I'll figure it out. But there you go. So I'm gonna get the Rust-Oleum right now. I'm gonna run up to the store, pick some up, just get a small brush and just quickly just brush everything in. But yeah, I mean, honestly I would consider bonding this and just using some kind of epoxy, like a piece of metal, and then just you know, using some epoxy instead of welding it. But with all the, you know, slamming of the trunk, I'm not sure if it will hold up. Welding may be the only way to go. It's just, you know, weak metal, and you know, anyway, we'll figure it out. And I just basically coated the inside of the channel. I obviously didn't do this section because I haven't figured out what to do with it, and there's no point in welding. There's no point in painting over it if I'm going to have to weld in that section. So I left it open. But the rest of it, I painted a little bit. Just used a small can of Rust-Oleum on these foam brushes just to give it a coat of protection. You know, you won't see this. Nobody's going to see the inside of the trunk. Even though the actual paint matches really well with, you know, whatever's in the trunk in the first place. So I think this car was a jet black color at one time, and the black that Cadillac used had no other pigment other than black, because it just matches really well anyway. But in any case, I've got to figure out what's going on, what I need to do here. I have a theory. So I have a 350 SLC parts car in the back, and I'm thinking if I cut the lip on the trunk lid, not the trunk lid itself, but the, you know, where the weather stripping goes, I may be able to use it to fabricate a section that goes across here. But I haven't figured out whether it's going to work or not yet, and I probably won't today. But you know, I'm going to try to set the, well, I'll leave it to dry for a few minutes, and then I'll try to set the weather stripping on,
but not completely in. You know, I won't install it. I'm not sure whether I should put some kind of silicone inside here, or you know, some be the silicone before I install it, so that it just holds it in place, or whether it just basically presses in. But I'll figure that out. But in any case, we're here, where we are right now.